Lost are we, love?
I'm not. Don't know about you.
You all right, then?
Just getting me breath.
Out here in just your slippers?
This weather makes me feet swell. I can't get my shoes on. Always go out in my slippers.
Can I help you? Norika Datta. Sergeant Cry's expecting me.
Live round here, then, do you?
Is there a law against that now? Am I under arrest?
Why? What have you done?
You want to ask Rachel, Ellis?
June?
No, Sarge.
You going for a cup of tea?
Oh, funny you should say that.
This is WPC Data.
Norika.
Right.
This is June Ackland, Susan Ford.
Hello.
You're a day early, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Will you take her along with you, introduce her to a few faces?
Sure.
Good. And I'll see you in the morning. Early's, right?
Right, Sarge.
Right, we're starting the canteen. It's a bit of a route march, I'm afraid.
Hello again.
Get younger every day, don't they?
If you wait there a minute, Sarah...
Am I going to be kept hanging around here all day or what?
Give the CID a ring. They'll be with you as soon as they can, sir.
Right, Sarge, I'm sorry about this.
Right, Mr. Preston. If you'd like to come through here, then.
Some of us have got better things to do with our time, you know.
Doing our best, sir.
Viv, have you seen Jim?
He's not upstairs.
It was the third time running she'd come in at 2. I mean, weekends are all right, but not midweek. Not at 17.
You want it on the desk,
Oh,
Jim?
no!
When we got up next morning, she'd packed her bags and gone.
And how long ago was this, Mr.
She's
Preston?
nearly out of her mind. She blames herself, you see.
Oh, well, mothers do, don't they?
That's just it. Karen's never really been able to accept her.
Oh, I see. You're,
My wife's not her mother. I'm divorced.
Right then, Mr. Fallon, if you'd like to sit down.
Wouldn't want to cut myself.
All right.
So, all on your own then, are you?
No one to fall out with then, is there?
Must get lonely sometimes.
Then I go for a walk, don't I?
In your slippers?
No sugar, right?
How do you know?
All vain, you rozzers.
So, he sold you this pigeon in the pub, right?
20 quid I paid him for it.
And at this point, the pigeon was in the basket.
Well, obviously.
But when you got the pigeon home, you then let it out of the basket, right?
Well, no, not straight away. No, I'm not stupid, you know. No, first I waited, didn't I? Till the following morning. As instructed.
Instructed?
By this Irish git.
Oh, he was Irish, was he?
There's a 3 bob note, mate.
If you saw him again, would you recognise him?
If I see him again, I'll kill him.
But you did let it out eventually? Presumably?
Well, of course.
Then what happened?
It flew away, didn't it?
And that surprised you, didn't it, Mr. Fallon?
No, what surprised me was it never come back. Because like I just told you, I did everything as per instructions.
And what exactly were these instructions then, Mr. Fallon?
Well, keep it in the shed overnight, right?
Right.
Because from then on, it'll know, won't it?
No.
Where it lives.
Oh, I see, yes. Of course.
Incident at number 35 Royston Crescent.
Will any unit in the vicinity please assist?
Must drive you mad.
What?
That thing, yakkering away.
You get used to it. So who broke your windows then? Kids?
Could be. Sometimes they nick things too.
What sort of things?
Birdseed.
Birdseed.
It's not funny. First time it happened, I'd none in. Poor old Ebenezer had to go without till the shops opened. Didn't you, lovey? You had to go without.
Well, I don't think it's funny. You don't? Well, it's still a rip-off. I mean, all right, so the man is an idiot, but he's still 20 quid out.
No, he's right, Josh. I mean, they deserve our care and protection, even at Wally's in this book.
Poor kid.
But what about the poor dad? You know how to jack his job in, don't you? Come all the way down here to look for her.
Where are they from, Sarge? Manchester?
Near ours, Eccles.
Well, she must have had some reason to run away, Sarge.
Well, of course there was. It's the usual reason. She couldn't do what she liked, when she liked, with who she liked. She'd hope not at 17.
Not 70 in my family. What makes him think she's in London?
Well, that's where they all come, isn't it? Anyway, he reckons that's what she was always threatening to do if she didn't get her own way.
No, but I mean, why around here?
Oh, it seems she's got some mates living down here.
Well, have these mates got an address?
Living rough, so he reckons. So, any bright ideas?
What about those kids in the squat on Brindley Road?
The blonde one with all the lips, she's from up north, isn't she?
Right. Anything we should know about, Sarge?
I don't think so, Jim.
He means any one we should know about, Sarge. Mike Dashwood, CID.
Pity, really. I prefer men in uniform.
Garfield!
Sarge?
Where were you when we wanted you?
When was that?
You didn't go off watch. We put a call out for assistance for that mugging.
Which mugging?
On Royston Crescent, which just happens to be in the centre of your beat. Run out of batteries, did we?
I must have missed it, Sarge.
Well, you've got no business missing it. Where were you?
Well, there's this old lady.
Oh, makes a nice cup of tea, does she?
Look, I thought that was the idea of the home beat, to get to know the local people.
Get to know them, yes, not go and live with them, nor go off the air while you're doing it. Right, what about this woman?
Well, she's having things nicked from her flat.
What sort of things?
Well, you'll probably laugh when I tell you, Sarge.
You sure?
Patrick McGinty.
Well, that's how he signed the receipt.
He gave Fallon a receipt.
Oh, yeah.
Now that is cheeky.
Yes, officer.
We're looking for a chap called Paddy.
Oh, lots of Paddies coming here, sir.
Paddy McGinty?
Like in the song, right?
What song?
Patrick McGinty, an Irishman of note, fell into a fortune and bought himself a goat. I'll do it again.
Look, do you know him or don't you?
Well, not personally, but I've got all these records.
He was in here last night flogging pigeons.
Pigeons? In here?
And you didn't see anything, I suppose?
Not a feather. Tell you what, though, I'll ask around for you, see if anybody else did.
Sierra Oscar from 218 receiving, over.
Loud and clear, George.
I'm going off watch to visit Agnes Prendergast, Fairfield Mansions.
Has George Garfield reported in yet?
Yeah, about a minute ago. He's at some old girl's place in Fairfield Mansions.
Mrs. Prendergast again?
Yeah, that's the one.
Get him for me.
Right.
Hold on a minute. I'll leave it for now.
Right, all right. Oh, it's you again.
Are you all right?
No, all my bulbs have gone missing.
Your bulbs?
No, not that sort of bulb. Come on. Here, take this and see if you can find any. Go on.
There's nothing there, Mrs. Prendergast.
I just told you that.
Yeah, so what exactly was I supposed to be looking for then?
Bulbs. Glad bulbs. Oh, gladioli.
Oh, I see. You planted your window box with gladioli.
Yes, and they never come up, did they? Now we know the reason why.
You are sure you actually planted the bulbs, are you?
I am positive.
Only... Why would anyone want to nick gladioli bulbs?
Oh, I don't know. Why would anyone want to nick birdseed?
Just doesn't seem to make sense, that's all.
But what's that got to do with anything? How many things make sense nowadays? The world's sick, isn't it? Well, if anyone ought to know that, should be you lot. Don't take any notice of me. When you get to my age, you're used to people thinking you're gaga.
Mrs. Prendergast, nobody's suggesting you're gaga.
Oh, no, they got a new name for it now, haven't they? Confused. That's what I am, Ducky, confused.
But what do we tell her, Sarge?
Well, use your wits. Tell her that she's helping us with our inquiries. And try and get her back here before midday, all right?
Right.
Are you all right?
Yes, thanks, Sarge.
You know where I am?
Yes, sir. Why not before midday?
Because that's about the time her dad's coming in. If it is her dad, that is.
This is stupid. They're not even open yet.
Home beat?
Be a couple of hours by the time you get it organised.
Oh, any particular reason?
Yeah, just making sure.
Making sure about what?
I don't want Garfield going the same way that Taffy did. You know, never being around with us in action.
He's not the skiving off type, I wouldn't have thought.
We're all the type, June, given half the chance.
From Sale Police Station, we'd like you to assist with our inquiries, please.
No, I've not done anything.
You've not done anything wrong. It's all right, it's all right.
Sarah, I've not done anything.
It'll only take 10 minutes, love.
Alex, Sally! You tell Auntie where I've gone, will you?
Can you clear up this mess, please?
I
All of
haven't
you.
done anything wrong. She's gone out.
Do you know where she's gone, love?
Well, walk, probably. Bit of shopping. She never goes far. Something wrong, is there?
You a friend of hers, are you?
Neighbours for 20 years, me and Agnes. Come in for a minute if you like.
Okay, thanks. She a widow, then?
Oh, no. I think he's still alive somewhere. But she does have a daughter, though. Don't see much of her. Always been very independent, Agnes. Eccentric, I suppose you'd call her.
Oh, that's one way of putting it. Tell me about the mice, Mum.
The mice?
Yeah.
Well, it was something that happened last year, really. See, she got it into her head that she'd seen a mouse. And I know it's not exactly fashionable Knightsbridge round here, but we've never had any sort of trouble with no vermin, not round in these flats.
The thing she's done, she sellotaped all along the bottom of the wall so they wouldn't crawl up.
Now, she never said that, Russell. Was you what spread that about? No, but Russell is quite right. She did sellotape the wallpaper down. For reasons best known to herself.
She's crazy.
Isn't this all a bit OTT, Jim?
OTT?
Practically putting the pub under surveillance just so you can nick a small-time tea leaf.
Well, it's personal, isn't it?
Personal?
I take personal exception to have the mickey taken out of me by a couple of paddies.
Right, excuse me, please. Can you just let me through? Let me through, please. Thank you. It's all right, Matt. I'll take over. Thank you.
Road traffic accident, junction of Sefton Road.
It was her fault. She came straight out in front of me.
Just a minute, sir.
It'll be all right, Mrs. Prendergast. Did anybody see what happened?
This way. What am I supposed to have done? Nobody's saying that you've done anything. Well, what's all this about then? Well, there's something you might be able to help us with, that's all.
Where is everybody? Someone declared a bank holiday while I've been out.
Well, just Ted's day off, of course.
And the rest of my merry men? Listen, do us a favour, Tosh.
Yeah?
Pop in the card room and call up Carver. Tell him to give me a bell. I want to know what's happening.
Right, go.
So what do you think?
The driver reckons she saw him coming. Look, I tell you what, you go with her to the hospital. I'll stay here and sort things out.
All right, thanks.
All right.
So I can see her within 15 or 20 minutes then, yeah? Smashing, thanks a lot. These sandwiches yesterday, is that enough? Cup of tea.
Hello. You've just brought my mother in, Mrs. Prendergast.
Oh, yes, Doctor's with her at the moment. If you'd like to take a seat.
Can you at least tell me what's happened?
I think I can, madam.
Have you gone completely out of your tiny mind?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
So, get her down sometimes, does it? You know, living on her own.
Well, if it does, she's only herself to blame. I've told her time and time again she should come and live with us. Not that I'd really want her to. She's not the easiest person in the world to live with. What can you do?
Mrs. Clark, would you like to go through now?
Thank you.
Mr. Preston, Sarge.
Ah, Mr. Preston.
Any news?
Why don't we go and have a cup of tea while I find out, eh? Perhaps you'd like to park yourself here, Mr. Preston, for a minute, eh? Looks like we can let Miss Ruffley go then.
I thought you wanted to ask me something.
It was a case of mistaken identity. So you got free bun out of it, didn't you?
Thanks very much.
Actually, perhaps there is something you can help us with. You've seen this kid, have you?
Why, what's she done?
Run away from home.
Another mugger who thought all the roads down here were paved with job opportunities.
Have you seen her?
Well, she does remind me of somebody.
Yeah?
Me, actually.
Thank you.
Forgotten your Green Cross code then, did you?
That's right.
You sure?
Well, I wasn't trying to top myself, if that's what you're hinting. No, I didn't see him or hear him. That's part of the problem when you've outstayed your welcome. You get a bit like an old car, everything starts to knock off or drop off. But you know what the worst is, don't you?
Go on, then.
Folks thinking because you're blind and deaf, you're all so stupid.
I've just met your daughter.
Oh, yeah?
So why don't you go and live with her then? Instead of sitting there watching the wallpaper all day.
3 reasons.
Oh?
One, she don't want me. Oh, no matter what she said to you. And I don't go nowhere where I'm not wanted. 2, when I was our Moira's age, I was lumbered with my invalid mother. Well, that's what really broke up my marriage.
And 3?
Can't stand that husband of hers. Right little Hitler.
Only whether you like it or not. One of these days you're going to have to, aren't you?
I'd rather die first.
Look, I'll come round and visit you later. Make sure you're not giving the nurses a bad time.
All right. Here, do me a favour before you go, would you?
Yeah, of course.
There's a library book I'm in the middle of. It's on the kitchen table, I think. It's got that big print. You can't miss it. Look, pick it up for me, would you?
To the right. The right?
You thought it was me, didn't you?
Who?
That kid on that photo, you thought it was me?
Did we?
Oh, come on! So that was her dad then, back in that
canteen.
As a matter of fact, it was actually, yeah.
Oh, it could have been dead touching, that, couldn't it? I mean, if I had have been, you know, I could have flung myself into his forgiving arms. Then he could have taken me out for a fatty calf and chips or something.
Go on your bike.
Only you should have said, love, when you picked me up. I could have saved your journey. I mean, that'd be the day, eh? When my dad came looking for me.
Spot of gardening?
No, I was just having a bit of fun.
Oh, yeah, just like you did with the birdseed and the gladioli bulbs.
Look, I meant no harm.
You what? Breaking and entering? Malicious damage?
Look, the door was open, mate. It weren't locked.
It
She
was
always
closed
leaves
when I
open.
came round. Now, come on.
At least he wasn't swinging the lead then.
No, so he's just doing his job. Do with a few more like him.
No, nothing of the kind. I mean, is it my fault that the bird got so attached to me?
Oi! You got a minute? Stay there. Yes, Gov. Get him out of there.
What?
You heard?
But he's a con man.
Of course he's a con man. But how are you going to prove it? For starters, who are you thinking of calling as your main witness? The pigeon?
No, Gov, Fallon.
Oh, I see. So it's going to be his word against the Birdman of Alcatraz, is it? Watch my lips. It'll never hold up in court. Now, for the last time, get him out.
Good afternoon, Sunhill. PC Garfield. I'm sorry, he's not here at the moment. Can I take a message for him? Certainly. Mrs. Agnes Prendergast died 1 o'clock. I'll tell him. Thank you.